Ignite the spark within oneself to light the path of holistic health.
Hello and welcome to the Holy Health Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch. Thanks for joining us today. As always, I am joined here with the amazing, beautiful, doer of all things, task stacking queen, my wife, Amanda. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I am okay. When you said task stacking, I don't really task stack too much anymore.
No?
I don't know. Do I? I mean, I do, but not to the extent that I used to, I feel like.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you did have more of a task stacking routine before.
Definitely. Now I've toned it down quite a bit.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day too. Like your morning routine, you used to like lay in bed for 3 hours and do a morning routine.
Well, I didn't lay in bed doing my morning routine.
It just seemed like it because you were like journaling. You did that in bed, and you have like 3 journals that you write in, and you would do red light mask while you did it, and then you would do your vibration plate, and then whatever else you do.
I do a lot more of that stuff in the winter. I use the vibration plate probably a couple times a week now. I haven't touched a red light panel, mask, anything for months. I don't need it. I have the sun.
Mm.
But in January, when I haven't seen the sun for 6 weeks, literally, then I need all of those things desperately.
Yeah.
I still love a 3-hour morning routine though. And I know if I have to leave the house and I want to perform my preferred tasks before exiting the house, I need 3 hours.
3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Which seems like a lot, but it's really not.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah, but if you break it down, it's not. Like, I wake up, I go downstairs, brush my teeth, go to the bathroom, all of that. And then Lily takes about 20 minutes, depending. So there's a half hour already.
Yeah.
Then I drink my water, I journal, there's 15 minutes. Exercise, I'd like an hour. I can do less, but hour preferably. Shower, breakfast, get dressed, out the door. It's like 3 hours.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot.
Yeah. So I love a 3-hour morning routine. I know people are like, you don't need that. And sure, you don't, but I can do it and I prefer it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't have... My mornings suck. I hate my mornings. Just because I am like half asleep and I can't like think. And
see, if I'm up, I'm up.
I'm not.
I'm like, let's go. I can go from bed to spin bike in 5 minutes. Well, 10 if I brush my teeth and do all that jazz.
No.
Maybe 5 even.
Yeah, I'm like groggy. I'm like shuffling around. I'm like, what am I doing? Do I do this first or what? I'll grab this and then I forget stuff. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta walk back over here. And then I'm like, all right, then I'll grab this. And then I'm like, ugh. It's just like, I can't get out of the house in under 30 minutes.
No, he is so slow. If I used to work jobs that started at like 5 a.m. and I'd have to drive like half hour to get there. Like, I can get up 10 to 15 minutes like before I need to leave and I'm chilling.
No.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You're slow. You are slow. To me, at least.
That's what I'm saying.
You're just so slow. Like, I don't know. I move fast. I move quick. I'm always thinking, what do I need to do? Like today, I had to leave the house at 6:30, which is pretty early for me these days. I don't leave the house at 6:30 very often. And so I got up with you, which was, I thought it was going to be 4:30, but it wasn't. Well, it was like 4:50. So what do you actually get up at 4:45?
No,
Or
I
you
slept
just
in.
snooze it?
No, I don't snooze. I just slept in that time.
So you sabotaged my morning. And so I get up at like 4:50 and then take care of Lily, brush my teeth, and then I worked out for an hour. And then I had like 20 minutes left, and I was like sweating this morning after my workout. So I put my breakfast on the stove, ran into the shower, got showered really quickly, went out to the stove, turned the breakfast down because it was like cooking too high, went back in, did my skincare, got dressed, came out, got the breakfast into a bowl to take with me, and then gathered all my stuff and left.
Not me.
No, you're like moving at like 0.5 speed.
I think that's the
You
issue.
do. I know.
I mean, I do a lot in the morning.
And then I get so frustrated. I'm like, can't you hurry up? Just with everything. I'm just like, oh my God. So slow. Like in the grocery store, I'm just like, oh my God.
I'm thinking.
I know. At
Takes
0.5
time.
speed.
It takes time to think about what you want.
I guess. I just am thinking about it before that happens.
When? Because anytime we've showed up to the grocery store lately,
Well, not with the grocery store.
I don't have a list.
Well, yeah, I just throw things in
have
the
a
cart
list.
and I'm like fully surrendered to it sucking. Like I don't like meander around like, what do I want? I just like, all right, this will be fine.
Yeah, I'm more of like, I'll find it in the store.
Yeah, not me.
I'll take the time to think about it and grab what I want.
Like I'm not going to find very much new stuff in the store. I go to the same 2 stores. That's the only place I go.
Yeah.
I know what's there. You know?
Mm-hmm. But sometimes you want Brussels sprouts instead of green beans or some other fruit versus another one.
I mean, but not usually. I'm just like whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Brussels sprouts,
But
sure. Cauliflower.
I feel
all
like
right.
I do a lot in the morning, and I got to get out of here in under 30 minutes. I just don't know how to do it.
You need to cook your eggs the night before.
I just don't want to.
I don't understand why.
It's just another thing I have to do.
Yeah, but it's better to do it in the evening. So to set up your perfect morning to get out the door, you need to do as many things as possible as you can do in the evening. Last night, I set out my running watch, my running shoes. I knew what I was wearing. I didn't go run because it was too dark when I got up. So I got on the spin bike instead. But like everything is ready. I set out the bowl that I needed to take with me. Like the glass bowl, took that. Like everything was ready. You have to have every single thing you can possibly have ready, be ready.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I know.
All.
That's why it takes you so long.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. I just like, by the end of the day, I do the minimum. I have like some minimum things that I do to like set my morning up. But then I guess it's not enough.
I would rather sleep in later, even though it's probably 10 minutes maybe. But still, I would rather sleep in longer than wake up earlier and do things I could have done the night before. Like there are some things you can't do, like brush your teeth or like put your lunch from the fridge into your lunchbox. Like those things you get to do in the morning, but you can make eggs the night before because you're eating them cold anyways.
I can definitely do that.
You can pack your lunch. You have English muffins. Like put them in a baggie the night before. Get your peanut butter set up the night before. That's how you do it. It's a secret to
We'll see.
A morning routine. Try it tonight. He's
We'll
gonna try
give it
it
a
tonight.
shot.
Report back next week. See how much it actually changed your life.
Because like sometimes if I sleep in and I get like rushed, I can get out quicker. But yesterday, I was not caring enough to rush. So I was like, just kind of accepting the fact that I'm going to have a 45-minute workout, if that. So I was just like, whatever. But yeah, we'll see. Because I'm tired of being late. Like always late. Because when I first started doing this new gym routine, I was like, I'm going to be busting down the doors at 5 a.m. You know?
Uh-huh. You don't leave here till after 5.
My goal is to be pulling out, going down the road at 5.
Here.
Yeah. That's been my goal.
Well, you definitely didn't do that today, did you? What time did you leave today?
Oh, I'm late
It's
all the time.
Like 5:15.
It's 5:15. It's almost 5:20.
See, and that's why I love an at-home workout, because I don't have to deal with that. I can have longer time to do my workout. By the time I drive to the gym, I park, I get out, I go into the gym, and I start working out, there's so much time wasted. I'm like, I just want to wake up and put on my clothes or wear what I slept in and get it.
Yeah. Some people are different.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time in my past where I did bust down the door of the gym.
I bet you did. You're probably standing there with arms crossed, waiting for the person to unlock the door.
No, but I was prepped in the morning. Like, I had everything ready to go. I knew what I needed, and I did the thing. So preparation is key. We know this.
We do.
Meal prepping is key. Knowing what you're doing with your workouts key. Preparation is the key. And I'm always preparing.
I have preparation fatigue.
I do too, in a lot of different ways, but it's too deeply ingrained in me at this point. I don't think I can ever break it. I'm always thinking, which is like not good. I like overdo it, but yeah, I like prep like ridiculous things.
Like what?
Like I'll just think, like, I'll look at the calendar for the week and be like, okay, so on Friday, like every other week, I take Lily to a treadmill. So we have to leave at this time, and then we have to do this, and this is going to take this long. And we did the same thing, but I still replay it in my head, like, throughout the week.
Really?
And just other things. Like I think today, I'm thinking, like, okay, tomorrow I want to get to Starbucks at X time, and I want to be there from here to here. And then after that, I'm coming home and we do this. Like, I'm always, like, planning and preparing the next thing. Like I said, I probably go a little too far into, like, the unhealthy realm on that end, but I think you're on the unhealthy realm of the other end. Like, you went to that surprise birthday party retirement party recently, and I was like, you're gonna be late. You were late.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were. You got there really. Right at 4:00.
I got there right on time.
When the guy that was being surprised got there.
I was there before him.
How much?
Minutes.
I think that's another thing too with the preparation, is like being good at estimating time. I am like a time estimation queen. Like, I can tell you, like, hey, let's go to Whole Foods this weekend. Okay, what else are we gonna do? The usual? Okay, I can plan that out, and I will know when we're gonna be home. And I'm very close. But a lot of people can't, like, do that.
Yeah, I always feel like you're too generous with time. Like,
you're like, it's not gonna take that long.
Overestimating, yeah.
But it does.
And in my world, my brain, I'm like, yeah, it's not that long, but it is. But I don't really have a strict relationship with time. I have a theory about this.
Which is so funny, because right before we started recording this podcast, I was like, let's start. Let's go. I'm ready. And you're like, why? What do you have planned? Like, what are you doing next? And I was like, well, I'm going to walk Lily, and she has to pee probably once we're done, and this, that, whatever.
Yeah, but you say it like I'm not joining you.
What do you mean?
You're going to walk Lily?
Well, yeah, you're going to join me, but like, I have a different relationship to time. I don't like to waste time. And you waste a lot of it.
We waste an equal amount of time.
I don't know about that.
We do. At
Maybe.
the end of the day,
Probably.
the grand scheme of things, extremely equal.
Probably. But I don't like to feel like I'm wasting time.
Exactly. That's the thing right there.
So if I'm sitting here and we're just like him-hawing around, I'm like, we're wasting time. Just press play and let's go. Let's start recording. Where you're like, I'm going to think about what we're going to talk about a little more, and I'm going to plan out and I'm just like, we've been talking about it for hours.
Yeah. So my theory with time, I think that people that have bad relationships with time, so that could mean mentally they have a bad relationship with time, like how they interpret that and perceive time. And then there's their actual relationship with physical time based off of their actual habits that they do that affects their physiology, which would be time. So people that, like yourself, who are very worried about wasting time, I don't have time, this, that, you got to be 15 minutes early or you're late type of stuff.
That's called respect for the person that you are meeting up with. Carry on.
Anyways, when you have a very strict relationship with time, emotionally, not so much the combination between the emotional and the physical, I think accelerates aging. That's my theory. So time would be the age factor. So if you have a bad relationship with time mentally, emotionally, and also physically, like what you do that affects your physiology, those two things together, that's going to accelerate aging in a negative way. Because we're all aging no matter what. We can't change the fact that we're aging, but we can change our relationships to that effect mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and also do things differently that don't have such an effect on our physiology in that direction.
I mean, it can be. You can stress yourself out with time. Mm-hmm. I would say that's the component that makes you age.
Stress.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Like I'm stressed that you're late and slow and whatever. That's negative for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not me.
No. Which is even more stressful.
So, like, the examples of physical would be like technology. So, blue light, watching TV late at night, binge watching Netflix until the wee hours of the morning, staring at your phone before bed, and basically anything that's going to alter your restorative sleep. And so if you don't get restorative sleep, then you're going to accelerate aging regardless of what you do. So that's a big one that can affect your time. So yeah, that's my theory about that. But anyways, we're going to see how quick I can get out the door in the morning instead of over a half hour, which seems crazy.
Yeah, because you don't even do anything. You just, like, get ready to leave.
What do you mean I don't do anything?
Well, you're not, like, exercising or meditating or journaling or, like, you're just, like, getting your stuff ready to exit the house.
Yeah.
And you don't have to fix your hair or do your makeup or pick a cute outfit. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. Right?
It does seem crazy.
Yeah. So stay tuned next week. We'll see if he can get his shit together.
I mean, I make 2 beverages. I drink a quart of water.
Takes 2 minutes.
I don't know, waking up at 4:30 in the morning and chugging water is hard.
I did it this morning.
Sometimes it takes a little bit.
Okay.
Anyways. Yeah, I don't know, I just do too much.
You make drinks and drink water. What do you do with the other 25 minutes?
Well, it takes a long time to make the drinks. I have to put stuff in them.
What do you have
mix
to
them
do?
up. Well, I make
Like milk a cow or something?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Probably be just as quick.
Probably.
If I had my own cow, just go drink some milk out of it. But yeah, I don't know. There's too many steps.
So you make 2 drinks and you drink water and you make eggs.
Gather up my lunches. So I pack my lunch.
Okay, you take things out of the fridge and put them in your lunchbox.
And the pantry.
Okay. And
some fruit.
okay. Is that it?
I don't know.
Is that all you do? That's crazy. I should wake up tomorrow and just time you and see how long it takes you to do each task. He's been at the coffee maker for 4 minutes and 56 seconds.
Well, yeah, and then I get bitched at if anything's left out, so I have to make sure that I have to put everything away. So I make 2 trips everywhere because I have to put everything back.
Well, yeah. That's called being an adult. I wash your egg pan and spatula every single day.
As you should.
So.
And you should pack my lunch for me.
Well, yeah, it'd save you a lot of time. You could get out of here in 25 minutes instead of 30.
Maybe.
So report back next week. We'll see if he can speed up any. I don't know.
From sloth to turtle.
Probably. That's what we're aiming for.
Hey, that would be an improvement.
It would be. Yeah.
If I can leave here at 5, that'd be great. Every day. Every time.
By getting up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
I'd be okay with that.
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
How are you? Other than slow.
Super slow. Yeah, I think overall pretty good. I don't have complaints. I feel pretty good. I would say, I guess I do have a complaint that, well, it's not really a complaint. I don't know, I've been trying to figure out how to, I basically have to rebuild a personal training business from scratch. Mm-hmm. So that's a process that I've been doing. So I've had some unrealistic expectations about that. Of like, just turn the light switch back on. And like, open for business.
Hey guys, here I am.
Yeah.
3 years later.
But I did think that where I was at doing training, she made it seem like there was a backlog of clients. So I was like, oh, just like, there's already clients there, you know.
But there's not.
There's not. So, I'm going to have to be doing my own recruitment and marketing for that. But, what?
I'll ask off air. It's not a question for the podcast.
Gotcha.
They don't need to listen to that
question. Yeah.
I think, and you hate when I say this, but everybody send Mitch a DM and tell him that I'm right. You should do online. Virtual.
I don't know how.
Oh, what do you mean?
It just doesn't make sense.
Why?
I just don't get it.
People do it.
I know. There's lots of people do it. I just don't.
Here's what we're gonna
I
do.
don't get it.
We're gonna get on Zoom, and you're going to sit here in the studio, and I'll go down to the workout room, and then you can train me and practice.
But why would I do that?
To get you in gear so that you actually offer it virtually.
Yeah, but that's like the same thing as in person.
Well,
But
I don't
virtually.
see
So
what
it's
the
less
hiccup
valuable.
is, though. It's more valuable because I can stay in my house.
Yeah, but I'm not even there.
But
I'm
you
just behind
are.
a screen.
Everybody's behind a screen these days.
I can't even.
We're behind a screen right now. That's how everybody's listening to us.
I can't even see the positions that you're in.
I don't know. I
It
guess
doesn't make sense.
don't do it
I don't
then.
get it.
Stick to what you're doing.
I mean, I'm gonna do whatever I want. So
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
That's why I said that.
yeah. I have plans. Not really, but
I have plans. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have ideas. Lots of ideas.
So how's it feel to put yourself out there again?
I feel more prepared this time than I did. Because it was like 3 years ago-ish that I was like getting back out there again. Because when I first started building the brand of myself,
Not 3 years ago.
it was like 2018.
Yeah.
Like 2018, I had like a strong brand. And then that's kind of what built my credibility and built my clientele. And then as I got clients and like started doing all that stuff, the branding aspect of things kind of took a back seat for 5 years. I mean, I was still posting here and there, but it wasn't like it was before. It was very sporadic and just like kind of barely out there. And I was basically getting clients from like word of mouth and like people talk and this person and that person, whatever, you know. So then I leave the businesses, quit, retire, and which is funny because I was never certified as a personal trainer until I quit. And I took the test and got certified and then never trained anybody after that. So it's been 3 years since I did any personal training. And, but like when I quit, I tried to like get back online again and like restart the brand up.
Yeah, you tried to like pivot a little bit.
Yeah. And mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I wasn't ready. But I thought that I could just like kind of power through it and, you know, ultimately figured out why that was the case. Long story, but wasn't ready for that and basically took a massive sabbatical from all things other than here. You know, this has been consistent during that time, and other than that, it's been very sporadic and maybe post randomly about random stuff that I feel like posting about. Did some substacking for a little bit just for like more of my mental health, I think. And then so I haven't really built much of a brand until as of recently. I've been posting a little bit more consistently.
And the nature of social media has changed so much since 2018, 2019 when you started. Like,
for sure.
Back then, it was not so short form video heavy.
Yeah, I mean, I started back 2016, probably the winter of 2016 is when I started Blow Barbell. And then I was consistent with that all through college. And, well, I guess the last 2 years of college would have been. So, yeah. I've been doing it for a while before the internet changed drastically and Instagram and all of the things changed pretty drastically. But because now the terms changed to influencer. Like, I was doing it before that was a term. Like, before you were called an influencer, you had a personal brand. Like, that was like the thing. But nobody talks about that anymore. Nobody even knows what that means, really. Because it's all like, I'm an influencer, public figure. You know, that's kind of the titles now. But yeah, anyways, I feel more prepared now than I did before. Like, I guess the second time around. Because I think I was just really insecure still, second time around. Trying desperately to hold on to whatever I thought I had going on, you know. But now I'm kind of, at least I feel like I'm in a pretty good position mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that I'm not as insecure. I think you'll always have insecurities, you know, as a person. But I think it just matters how much you let it affect you. So I think I'm in a good spot with that. But I haven't quite figured out a routine or a pattern or much of anything. It's just been kind of sporadic. More spontaneous than anything. Spontaneous with kind of like a concept to follow. So, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to kind of walk away from something and not know, because like for a while you didn't know if you were going to go back to it. Like you weren't sure if you were going to personal train or what you were doing. So you walk away and then you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, if anything. And then you do step back into it. And it's like the same, but it's like so different too. Because like you're now in a different environment and you're a different person and you have a different perspective. And like everything is different, but it's the same. And so like kind of being in that space is like an interesting place to land and navigate in the beginning stages. Because it's like, this is the same but different.
Mm-hmm. I definitely needed to take the time for myself to figure things out so that I could show up better.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you can't just pretend.
No. Yeah, I think that I'm kind of in that space currently with health stuff. Like I told you, I'm like trying to, what did I say? I'm excommunicating from the health and wellness industries.
Which they are pretty toxic.
It's horrible. So I don't know what that means or looks like for me, but we'll see.
Something that I did want to talk about was our experience that we had with water. Hydration, I guess, would be the topic. So we talk about it a lot, but I think we really underestimate how much people don't know about it, which is drinking spring water instead of any other type of water. Like we almost take it for granted that everybody knows that that's the best option, but most people don't know that, and they don't even consider it being an issue or potential benefit. So like, little story example, I guess. So obviously we drink spring water. That's like the only water we drink. And we came to that conclusion because of certain health issues that you were having, because you were drinking RO water, reverse osmosis water, and you stopped like intuitively you like stopped doing that, and we were going to drink spring water, and like your problems went away. And
I tell people with health problems that I think are connected to water to switch that up, and they never listen.
nobody ever considers it a thing.
Well, and I think a part of the thing is people are so terrified of plastic that, like, if they have to drink out of plastic, like, they won't do it. And a lot of spring water accessible in this wonderful state of Pennsylvania, it, like, from an actual spring, is contaminated, so we can't really go collect too safely around here unless we're testing pretty obsessively, and even then it's like pretty hit and miss. So we have to buy out of plastic bottles unless we want to spend $1 billion on glass bottles, which we don't do. And so many people are afraid of the plastic, so they just keep drinking out of their house filters, which oftentimes have a lot of plastic in them too, that you just can't see it because it's on the inside of the filter.
So yeah, a lot of people don't really consider it even an option, but it makes a massive, massive difference on your health and your hydration, which your hydration and how much water your body is using or not using, or pushing in certain areas, using in certain areas of your body, is like probably one of the most important aspects of how things work, is the water in your body. That's how we pass nutrients. That's how energy flows. That's what keeps your muscles hydrated. Like the fascia system and water and the mitochondria and all of these things, it's all about water.
I mean, we are primarily water.
Yes. So the water conversation is extremely interesting, and it's super, super underrated and underappreciated for how much impact it can actually have on your health. And just a really small example about hydration. So we went on a little trip down to Virginia, and it was very hot. It was like literally 100 degrees. And we were going to go for a hike. And we took like 2 gallons with us, and we pretty much drank them all by the time the hike came around. So I was trying to hydrate myself with a refrigerator, like water dispenser thing, with the people that we were staying at. And it's just like your standard like fridge filter.
Well water,
Fridge filtered. Nothing crazy when it comes to the system of how it was filtered or ran through or whatever. But I was trying to hydrate or overhydrate so that I didn't have to take a bunch of water on the hike. So yeah, I was doing that, and I started to notice that I was just constantly thirsty.
and I did not overhydrate. I just hydrated normally and took water on the hike.
So I was drinking more water than usual, but also thirstier than normal. And I noticed it right away. It's like, this is weird. Like, I am drinking a ton of water, but I'm not quenching my thirst, like, at all. Like, I could constantly feel thirsty. So we do the hike, sweating a ton, we're drinking lots of water, blah, blah, blah. And that was like the main conclusion. Afterwards, it was like, we need to get some spring water. Like, I just can't quench my thirst.
We went right to Whole Foods and got it.
Yeah. And it felt great, tasted different, felt different. Everything about it was different. It's wetter.
It is.
Seems dumb to say, but spring water is more wet. It's just an easy way to say it. Sounds dumb, but it is. And so that was like my assessment after the whole experience, was this filtered water, even though it wasn't anything crazy, it still didn't measure up to the hydration capabilities of our plastic jug spring water that we drink every day. Like, literally, that's what we do. We buy plastic bottled spring water from the store, and we drink that. That's the only thing we drink. And I'm noticing now that we're back into routine, and I made that switch for like 2 days pretty much, and then back on the spring water, I am less thirsty more often, and I drink less water. And depending on what I eat in a day would depend on how much water I feel like I need to drink. Because if I eat a lot of wet foods, like if I eat a lot of fruit and like whole foods, I'm not as thirsty. But if I eat like a prepackaged item or like a really sugary, like a fake food, that's going to make me drink more water. So that's basically like my overall assessment and like anecdotal evidence that spring water is more efficient than any other type of water from a hydration standpoint, and just functionally it's better.
I mean, it is the most natural water you can get, especially if you get it right from the spring. If you live in like high elevation and you can just go get it like off of the mountain, you can't get any more natural than that.
Mm-hmm.
RO, they strip all of the minerals, good and bad, out. Distilled, no minerals. What else is there? Other filters. I mean, I think
purified. I mean, that's your
carbon
standard
filter is okay, but I don't know enough about it to know for sure. But yeah, just your basic like filters, like depending on here's another thing. It depends on what water you're filtering to. Are you drinking city town water like with all kinds of gross stuff in it? Are you drinking well water with some funky stuff in it? Like, does it have higher iron? Does it have bacteria? Like, what are you filtering out of this water? Like, will depend on what type of filter you need to filter it correctly and efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, people are like, what's the best water filter? And it's like, well, it depends on what type of water you have.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the best water is spring water.
Yeah.
What I would be curious about would be taking spring water, like say you have a spring at your house, and like it's your house is fed from the spring, and it is a little off. Like if you got the right filtration system on that water, how that would quench your thirst and hydrate you compared to just like a spring water off the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the answer, but water is such a complex topic, and like everybody's like, just get an RO water and just have it add the minerals back in. It's not the same.
Definitely not the same.
I added minerals all day long, literally.
We bought like the best minerals that you could probably buy on the market.
I bought the Lamborghini minerals.
And we both used it. For me, it actually was beneficial because I was drinking spring water for years from a certain spring that was extremely high in manganese. So we did a hair mineral test on me, and my manganese was through the roof, like literally off the charts. It was maxed out off the charts. And I did have a lot of like brain fatigue. I mean, I was smoking tons of marijuana and all that type of stuff.
You were craving fats.
And I could not like be full.
He
like,
would just eat nuts like you wouldn't believe.
I could eat so much food and not be... I mean, I would get full, but I could always feel like I could eat more.
And you were puffy, inflamed?
Yeah, so I had an extreme mineral imbalance. So when I was drinking the RO water, it was actually helping me because I was so out of whack that I was getting back into alignment by doing it, which was kind of funny. and just kind of dumb luck on my part. But for you, it wasn't the case. And
no, because I was
it wasn't
doing
helping at
75
all.
hard and live hard, and a gallon's already a lot for me. So, like, drinking a gallon of RO water for basically 6 out of 12 months is a lot.
I think it really crushed you.
Definitely.
Like, you can see differences. Like, if you go back through your pictures and stuff, like, it's...
And I'm finally recovering from it, but it took me years to, like, kind of recover from that. But, yeah, that water was not good. And now if I drink it, I'm like, ugh, I can't.
You can't.
I can't. I would rather be thirsty.
Yeah.
I will say one thing. I don't give, like, overarching, like, opinions about health on pretty much anything. But I will say spring water is one thing that I would recommend to anybody. Like, I'm not going to recommend a diet or food or supplement or, like, exercise or anything to, like, everybody. But I will recommend spring water to everybody. I can't think of anything else that I would recommend, like, to everybody.
It's what humans should drink.
It's spring water. I mean, water is so interesting. The work of Veda Austin is fascinating. Like, she is doing a lot of work kind of revealing the intelligence of water. And so what she does is, and she's done it with homeopathic remedies. So she does it with a lot of things, but she did it with homeopathic remedies. And she'll take a remedy. Say she takes arnica. Arnica's, everybody knows arnica. Takes arnica and puts a drop of arnica into a petri dish of water. And then she freezes it with her certain technique. And you can see, like, the arnica plant in the petri dish. And she does it with, like, all kinds of stuff. Like, she will kind of show these pictures online of, like, I froze a picture of a dog underneath of my petri dish of water, and it showed a dog's face or a paw print or something related to a dog. Like, the water is communicating with her. And so when that happens, or when you think about that and you consume her work, which I definitely think that you should do, because she was in an accident. She talks about how she drank, I think it was spring water. It had to be spring water. She drank spring water. I think she's from New Zealand. And, like, in the accident, she had, like, glass in her skin and she didn't even know it. But, like, she drank this water and it, like, got the glass out of her skin. Like, it was, like, a crazy story. So I definitely recommend diving into her. But, like, if you think about the intelligence of water from the perspective that she shares and the information that she gives, you can't drink distilled or RO, like, in good conscience. Like, you can't drink it and be like, this is good. Because it's dead water. It has none of that intelligence. The intelligence is removed. The minerals, the life force of the water is completely gone.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what are you doing to your body when you're drinking that? Nothing good. It's very abrasive, and it's very stripping of the very thing that you're trying to get from the water.
That's a good word. Abrasive.
Yeah. It's so funny because people are so uneducated about water. Like, I'm in the 75 Hard Facebook group, and water is a huge topic because you have to drink a gallon a day. And you have women in there who are 110 pounds, and they're like, I don't think I can drink a gallon a day. And people are like,
you have to.
Yeah, basically. But they're all like, it's also like, can I add electrolytes? Can I add something to kind of, like,
lemon,
make this better? And everybody's like, no, it has to be plain water. Like, can I add a pinch of salt? No, it has to be plain water. Like, I consider adding a vial of minerals to still be plain water if I'm drinking RO. But these people don't think that way. And it's like, there's just such a disconnect between what water actually can be and the water that we are offered out in the world. Like, water, not all water is created equal.
Facts. Yeah, the structure of water is probably the secret sauce that's happening right now. And it's really interesting because, we're probably the most famous person right now, or the two, would be Veda Austin and then Gerald Pollack. Gerald Pollack is the easy water, fourth phase of water guy. And that's some really interesting stuff that explains a lot of the mechanisms that happen in the mitochondria and how there is a basically like a hydrogen deuterium separation that it's really complicated. I haven't read it in a while, and what I remember last about it was that there's like the water in our system that is made from the mitochondria has a kind of a protective effect throughout our system. So it's almost like a layer within, or a cavity. Remember how we learned about cavities the other night on the A&P course? This almost forms a cavity, the water, throughout your whole body as like a protective mechanism from a lot of EMFs and just like overall like protection. But yeah, those are like the two most famous people about it, I guess, that you would know of. But historically speaking, water research has been very dangerous. I think Gerald talks about it a couple times. I've heard that anybody that kind of goes into the research field of water has like
Gets
an
suicided.
issue. Something like that, or their career gets ruined, or they become like the laughing stock of research because they're looking at water. Because it is like a magical thing. That's kind of the issue with it. It's like you sound kooky and crazy if you talk about how water can be structured versus not structured, or dead versus alive, that gives you vitality and doesn't give you vitality. Like, that is a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, it has its own consciousness that can communicate with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in academia, that's like that's a career ender right there, because you're crazy and you're believing in magic. That's kind of like what it is. We do science. You're not doing science. That's magic, woo-woo stuff. You're an idiot. You have no respect now. And that's kind of like the history of it. But so basically, that's to say that we're on the forefronts of that information. Like, we're just now really beginning to know the complex sciences of water and like how it can be a lot of different things in one thing. Like, it can be a consciousness. It has memory, and how it works in the body and what it does in the body, and the exclusion zone and how that works, and all that type of stuff. It's extremely fascinating. Like I said, very underrated, and like you said, it's not something that's popularized out in the world. Like, most people are still drinking purified water, and they're like, well, it tastes good. Like, I like it because it has the added minerals for flavor. If you read the ingredients or whatever, it'll say added minerals for taste, I think is the wording. And people prefer that water. Dasani. People love like certain types of water.
Who likes
brands.
Dasani?
I don't know anybody specifically, but I just know that my last job that I worked, they bought spring water.
They did.
And I loved it because I didn't have to spend as much money on spring water, because I could drink all their water. And everybody at work bitched about that water sucking. It's like, this sucks. Tastes like crap. should just buy purified Dasani or whatever it was.
Yuck.
And I would just roll my eyes and make fun of them and call them names because
Uncultured swines.
Exactly. I think that is what I said.
Really?
Multiple times. Because the Tyler Mountain, that's a good brand, and it tasted good. It was good water. But from their perspective, they're drinking city tap water out of the sink.
Chlorinated.
And that's what they're used to. Mm-hmm. And that's what they expect water to taste like. And so does their body.
I mean, when I was a kid, my one grandparents, my one side of grandparents had city water, chlorinated water. And then the other one has spring water, and then we had well water at home. And I preferred the chlorinated city water.
Mm.
Like, that's what I preferred. I also preferred a ton of junk food and processed foods.
Yeah.
But, like, that's what I preferred. Now, I don't drink it. I mean, if we're out at a restaurant or something, I'll drink some water, which I know is, like, a huge no in the health community. But I don't care. But sometimes I'm like, oh, no. Like, I can't drink this. Like, State College tap water, like, I cannot drink it.
Yeah, some water is bad.
Depends where you're at. But,
tastes like sewage.
Yeah, it's terrible. So,
I mean, most city water is...
Yeah, you don't want to think about where it came from.
Recycled sewage water.
It's disgusting.
So
disgusting. But...
if you put enough acids into something...
it'll taste good.
It'll be good.
Yeah. But, yeah, now we are... certified water snobs, never going back. I don't care. It is what it is. I've accepted my fate, but just something to think about and consider and explore.
I mean, the vast potential the vast amount of benefits that you could potentially get from switching to spring water is insane. Too much to even think about or talk about right now. But like just from the hydration aspect, if you can just think about hydration and what that means, that would, like, most people would think quenching my thirst. Right? That's hydration. So that's a benefit. That's a good thing, that you're not as thirsty often, and your mouth doesn't get dry, and your throat doesn't get dry, and you're sweating well, and you drink water as you need it, and you don't have to, like, chug water or be thirsty all the time. Like, being hydrated is a good thing. And just from, like, a quenching thirst standpoint, because that can be annoying. And switching to spring water is definitely going to help with that aspect.
Well, there's a difference between thirst quenched hydration and cellular hydration.
Exactly. That's like the behind the scenes benefits, that the list is so long of potentials that I couldn't even begin to talk about.
Yeah, you could be like, I drink X amount of water a day. And I'm not, like, excessively thirsty, so I'm hydrated, right? Not always.
Well, that's the double-edged sword with drinking a lot of water. Like, you could be actually dehydrating yourself by drinking water.
Yeah, because you're flushing.
Yeah, because you're getting rid of minerals, and you're kind of, like, just constantly replacing your good water that your body's making with the bad water. So you're, like, not really making any progress. And I keep thinking about it from the standpoint of, like, the muscular system and fascia system, and how that is being hydrated by our water system. So drinking spring water is going to benefit that process more so than other types of water, because I would theorize, don't know this for sure, this is not a scientific fact, but I would theorize that these other types of water would be kind of dehydrating the fascia system, and the muscular system and kind of drying things out more so, which would put you at risk of either chronic pain, like you have pain in your body somewhere, tighter muscles, injuries of some kind, like tendons, ligaments, muscle strains, all that type of stuff. I think could be potentially connected to hydration in some way. Just a theory,
Yeah.
but I think there's a lot of evidence to suggest that a well-hydrated body would also be one that drinks spring water.
Definitely. I would agree. It's all connected.
And like your movement patterns also depends on how well your body is hydrated. Because if you have really bad posture, like you have a bunch of distortions and your spine's out of alignment and all sorts of crazy stuff going on with your body, your body's not going to be as hydrated as somebody who moves really well, who doesn't have distortions in their body and their spines are straight and all that type of stuff. Like how well you move could also be connected to how hydrated you are.
So is your blood sugar and your digestion and everything.
I mean, it is one of the foundations
Mm-hmm.
that we talk about is hydration. So that's kind of like where it starts.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else?
I don't think. I think making the switch to spring water is a great idea. And we don't talk about it enough, which I feel like we do talk about it, but I don't think we talk about it enough of how much of a benefit it would be for basically no risk.
Yeah, I would say people are probably like, how do I find a spring? Findaspring.org, I think it is. You can enter in your zip code and you can search and people will put up springs. And sometimes there's a recent review or testing or whatever. But I will say if you live in Pennsylvania or anywhere like in a lower elevation space, if you're not in Colorado, Montana, like high elevation, definitely test the spring water. Also keep in mind runoff from any agriculture or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, if you're trying to find a spring, you should definitely test it.
Yeah.
Like we're not recommending that you do that. We buy bottled spring water from the store.
Well, I mean, it depends where you live. If you live in a great space, like go collect it. If I lived somewhere where I trusted the spring, like when I went to Montana and I got spring water, like
it's so good. Comes out of the ground cold. It's like the best.
On findaspring.org or whatever, like there were recent reviews and testing that people did, pictures of testing that they did. Like it's a very active spring. And so I drank it. Like you can't be like, it's clear or like, oh,
looks good, smells good.
Joe down the street has drank this for years and he's fine. Like that doesn't, just because you're not
dying.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that it's healthy for you.
Yeah, like I said, I drank spring water from a trusted spring locally.
Tons of people go there.
It's like a place that people get their water, and I drank it for 5 years. And I believe that with that and smoking marijuana and stuff like that made my manganese through the roof, which excessive manganese can be a lot of things in your body. So it can present things like brain fog, any type of mental like non-clarity or whatever. I think gas, bloating, like digestive stuff, it can affect that. Those are the two that I know of. But yeah, we never tested it. Didn't really know what it was because we just trusted everybody else. But yeah,
Then I came along and I was like, no.
Yeah.
We gotta test this.
Yeah. Tested it and I was like, oh, it's not great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think in order to find out the mineral content of the water that you're drinking, you have to send it to like a lab. And I do think it's pretty pricey. What was it, like $200?
Yeah, it's expensive to do it, but you know, what are you gonna do? You either spend the $200 up front and hope that it tests good, and then you get free spring water
Forever.
for
As long as you live in the
for a
area.
while. I mean, I would want to test it here and there just to make sure it's still good. Or you spend X amount of money every week buying spring water at the store.
Yeah.
So you're spending the money either way probably, but either one's a big chunk or the other's like a slow drip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how much do we spend on spring water a week? What do you think?
Probably $15.
$15 a week?
Probably. Yeah. So testing, it would add up real quick if there was a place that I actually trusted would come through clear. But I don't.
Yeah.
It's just and there's like so much farming around here. Like glyphosate and
Not a great spot.
just animals pooping in it and whatever. It's just not it for me. But yeah, if you're at a higher elevation, you get out there and get it.
Yeah.
Less potential for it to be tampered with.
Yeah. So make the switch today.
There we go. Cool. Anything else?
I don't think.
With that, all of the links are down below. It's
Somebody's
like
awake.
Lily knows. She knows when we're finished.
She's like, oh, they're
She's
done
like,
now.
Okay, now we can go for a
Time
walk.
to go for a walk. Pee. Poop.
Yeah, we're gonna go out. Yeah. Anyways, links are down below. Leave us a rating and review. Share the show with somebody that you know that could benefit from hearing this. And with that, we will talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.